Hello wonderful people, this is James. Welcome to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. In a layman's language, we give you the basic financial management skills that you need to take hold of your finances. Today we're talking about how to build wealth as a salaried worker. You know, there is always the thought that you cannot make it as a salaried worker, or you cannot be rich working for somebody. But the fact and the reality is that we all cannot be our own boss at the same time. At a point in time, somebody must work for somebody. At a point in time, somebody must work for salary. But does it mean we can make it as such? I believe it is not so. And in this video, I will show you how you can build wealth working for somebody. Welcome back to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you can have it. So we're going straight into it. What are the things that you can do as a salaried worker to build wealth? And I'm going to talk about six things. Firstly, prepare yourself against emergencies. That's one thing that really cripples salaried workers. The emergencies that crop up, and they find it very difficult to handle it because they're not prepared for it. So prepare yourself towards that. And how do you do that? There are two basic types of emergencies that can happen in the life of a salaried worker. And the first one is health. How do you prepare yourself toward health emergencies? Why don't you buy a very good health insurance scheme that will take care of your hospital bills, that will take care of your health? Once you have that, you have the peace of mind to concentrate on other things. So get an insurance for yourself, for your family. Secondly, you can lose your job. So how do you cope with that? Build an emergency fund towards that. Prepare yourself for some of these uncertainties so that you can be taken back. That's one thing we really fail to do that. We don't accept the fact that emergencies can happen in our lives without our notice. But it's the fact of life. So cushion yourself against life emergencies. Get an insurance, build an emergency fund that can take care of you for like 6 months, so that when you lose a job, you can cushion yourself before you get another one. Secondly, set for yourself financial goals. Short-term financial goals, medium-term financial goals, long-term financial goals. What do you want to achieve? What's the kind of house that you want to live in the long term? Where do you want to get to at a point in time financially? Have these things clearly spelled out and work at them. The beauty about setting goals is that once you have them, it gives you that focus, it gives you that direction, and allows you to work towards them. You cannot live your life anyhow just because you feel you're a salaried worker. Work at something, have something you're working at, and that thing pushes you to work towards them. So please, if you want to make it as a salaried worker, don't do without setting financial goals for yourself. Set for yourself financial goals. In the next 2 years, what do you want to achieve financially? In the next 5 years, where do you want to be financially? In the next 20 years, where do you want to see your finances? Have these goals and work at them. Thirdly, manage your expenses. In order to put it another way, I would say live a frugal lifestyle. You can move with the crowd if you want to build wealth as a salaried worker. You can do what the crowd is doing. You can do what everybody's doing because you set goals for yourself, because you know where you're going, because you have a plan for your life. Manage your expenses. You don't spend on anything at all. You spend on things that are really necessary, things that you need for your survival. And the goals that you set will guide you in that regard. So please, you cannot afford to spend anyhow as a salaried worker. So how do you ensure that you don't spend anyhow? Have a budget. Anytime we talk about budgeting, people have a lot of opinions about it. People think that, it's too theoretical, but it works. Just find a way to ensure that you know what you're spending on. That's what budgeting is about. You know your income, and then you know what you're spending on to ensure that you don't spend over your income. That's all budgeting is about. So have a budget. Just don't just do it because you want to do it. You spend with emotions because you feel there's something that's nice you want to spend on. No, please, as a salary worker, you can never afford to spend anyhow. The next thing you can do as a salaried worker to build wealth is to prioritize investment. You can do without investment. You can build wealth without investment, irrespective of who you are. It doesn't happen anywhere. So if you want to build wealth as a salaried worker, then you need to think about investing. Put the money into something. Whatever money you make sure that you put it into something that will generate more income for you. So the beauty about investment is that when you start early, you can take advantage of the power of compound interest and generate more money. So whatever you make from the beginning of your career, just make sure that you put that money into investment. Build that, have that kind of mindset always whilst you are receiving your salary on a monthly basis. Have the invested mindset and work at it. Let me tell you something about people who are doing business. Sometimes when we talk about business, we don't think of business as a form of investing or a form of investment. That is also investment. So if somebody is a business person and you are a salary worker, the best way is to also invest the salaries that you are drawing from your employers. Please, let's not be discouraged by the fact that we are working for somebody. We can make the best out of that by investing whatever we make. And I believe we can do it. I have a video on investment opportunities in Ghana. So you can go back and watch this and learn a few things. In this video, we talk about active income, passive income, where active income is the income that you generate from things that you are actively involved in. That's what the business people are doing. And for you as a salaried worker, you can concentrate on the active, passive income aspect of it, where you don't actively get involved. You just put the money there and it generates income for you. So there are various ways you can also invest your money, irrespective of the fact that you're working for somebody. So please, don't be left out. You can do it. Next, invest in yourself to increase your marketability. Build yourself up, build your capacity, learn to increase your marketability. Make yourself marketable to different employers, make yourself marketable to your own employer so that they can be salary increase for you, so they can get your promotion to increase your salary, so they can have more income for investment. Make yourself marketable in the industry where you find yourself. As looking at where you're working, do you have the capacity to move to other companies that will pay you higher? Have you built yourself to that level where people can poach you and give you a pay rise? You need to build yourself up. You can work for a company for 10 years without promotion. You can work for 20 years without having any increase in your salary. Build yourself up so that in terms of salaries, in terms of bonuses, you can go up all the time so that you can have money to invest. Finally, get a side hustle. What I mean by a side hustle is that something that will generate income for you without necessarily interfering in your main job. Something. It could be anything at all. Something you're passionate about. You can put money into that and it'll give you some money. Please, let's not be so comfortable with what we're doing. There are a lot of things we can do. I'm going to have a video on various side hustles you can go into. So I believe you have to stay glued to this channel, and when that thing comes, you can come and learn something. But what I'm saying right now is that don't stick to your 5-2 or your main job. Get a side hustle that can give you something in return. So you see, you can also make it as a salaried worker. You can make it. You can build wealth. You are not so disadvantaged as people want you to believe. Just believe that it is possible. Just go through these steps and I believe you can do it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Self-Made Finance. God bless you.